Hello lads and lassies and welcome back to my channel as I'm Mr. Mayhem. Today we will be going over what I watched in June of 2023. Now, I did put out a video I believe on Friday that ranked all the first half of 2023, but I stated in it that I would not be seeing Indiana Jones in June. I was 100% sure of it until literally the last minute, and I did end up seeing it, so I will be putting it in this video. I won't be updating that video because there's no point, but it will be in my second half of the year, but that second half of the year will just be the whole thing. So anyway, yeah, before we get into this, if you do enjoy this, give a like, drop a comment, subscribe for more. You can support me on Patreon, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, links in the description, and let's continue. So, the first thing I watched on the 2nd was Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. If you've seen my tier list for these films, Into the Spider-Verse I think is really, really good, but it just doesn't do much for me. I'm just going to leave it there. You can check out my tier list if you want to hear me, talk more about it. I give that a 4. And then in the evening on the 2nd, I saw Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, which I absolutely adore. Again, if you want to hear me talk about that more, check out my tier list, but I absolutely adore Across the Spider-Verse. It's fantastic. That was a 5. Then on the 3rd, I saw The Boogeyman, which I really enjoyed. Gave that a 4-star. Yeah, just really enjoyed that film. Really like the monster effects, and the scares were really good. A solid film. Then after that, I watched Cocaine Bear, which was a lot of fun. It was silly, but I did enjoy it. I gave that a 3.5. I watched the 4K, which looked gorgeous. Then after that, on the same day, I watched A Few Good Men. Gave that a 4. Very, very good. Not much more to say on it. You know, it's iconic, but yeah, it was really good. Then on the 4th, I watched Mother, which was very odd. I don't know if I would ever watch it again. I respect it for what it is, and I did have it explained to me throughout by Callum, but yeah, I do like it more than I dislike it. So I give that a 3.5. Then in the evening, I watched The Bourne Identity. I rewatched The Bourne Identity, should I say. It was good. I didn't love it, but I thought it was quite good. A really strong first film. Gave that a 3.5. Then on the 5th, I watched The Bourne Supremacy, which I gave a 3. I just find this one to be just boring. Like, more boring than the first one. Then after that, I watched The Bourne Ultimatum, which was the best out of all of them by a country mile. That was really, really good shit. Very, very good. And then after that, I watched Pokemon Detective Pikachu, or rewatched it. Gave that a 3. I like it. It's fun. Ryan Reynolds doesn't grate on me, so, you know, it's alright. Then, I'm just checking my Letterboxd. Then on the 9th, I saw Transformers Rise of the Beasts, which I really enjoyed. It's very safe, but it was nice to not have the 5-year-old Bay child humor in it anymore. So I did really enjoy it. I gave that 3.5. And then, did I see that on the same day? I don't remember that. But apparently I watched Across the Spider-Verse again on the same day as Rise of the Beasts. And again, I gave that a 5. It was fucking fantastic. I love that film. It is amazing. Then on the 10th, I watched Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. It was okay. I thought Michael Rooker was really good, but it was just really bleak, and I just didn't really enjoy it much. So yeah, I gave that a 3, but I didn't like it on Letterboxd. So. And then after that, I watched 65 on the 11th, which I gave a 3.5, which I actually really enjoyed 65. I thought it was decent. I give that, yeah, I gave it a 3.5. I thought the effects were quite good. I thought the film itself kind of rushed a bit too much for my liking, but I did overall enjoy what was there. It's nowhere near as bad as everyone says it is, at least in my opinion. Then on the 14th, I watched Mission Impossible 3 and Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. I thought I really liked 3 before, but I just find it a bit dull upon rewatch. Ghost Protocol is fantastic. I gave that a 4. That's really, really good. And then I watched season 5 of Black Mirror on the 15th, which was decent. Striking Vipers was okay. Smithereens was the best one by far. And I actually really enjoyed Rachel, Jack, and Ashley too. I thought it was good. The weakest season out of them all, in my opinion, and I think everyone's opinion, but yeah. Then I watched the first episode of season 6, which was Jonah's Awful. Really enjoyed that. It was very strange, but sorry, that's just a game's installing. But it was alright. Give that a 3. And then in the evening on the 15th, I saw The Flash. I didn't enjoy The Flash. It wasn't good in my opinion. The CG is atrocious. There's shots where they could have easily just put Ezra Miller in, but then they used like a CG body double. I just found it to be just a mess, and I gave that a 2. I've changed my rating since that video. It was 2.5, but it's 2 now. Then on the 16th, I finished up season 6 of Black Mirror. Lock Henry was fantastic. I really liked the documentary stuff, and then the whole twist is cool. Beyond the Sea was fantastic as well. I gave Lock Henry a 4, Beyond the Sea a 4.5, Maisie Day a 3, and Demon 79 a 3.5. Beyond the Sea was fucking just tragic and brutal. It was really good. Aaron Paul was great. Josh Hartnett was great. Everyone was just great. It was a very, very, very good episode. Maisie Day was very short, and it was a cool concept, but it was still weird. Demon 79 was, again, very strange. It kind of ended the season on a whimper rather than a bang, at least for me. Then on the 17th, I watched Extraction 2, Inglourious Bastards, and Cold Pursuit. I gave Extraction 2 a 3.5. It's a film that starts off really strong, but then kind of gets weaker as it goes on. That one take is incredible. I know, it's stitched together, but it's still very impressive. It's a film that just kind of gets worse as it goes on for me. I like it about as much as I like the first one. Inglourious Bastards, I give a 5. It's fantastic. It's Inglourious Bastards. Then Cold Pursuit is one I hadn't seen since cinemas, and didn't really like it in cinemas. Rewatched it again. It's alright. It has funny parts, but I still find it to be just a bit boring. Then on the 18th, I watched Charlie's Angels, the Charlie's Angels reboot, The Suicide Squad, and A Simple Favor. I gave Charlie's Angels a 3.5. I really enjoy that film. I think it's just ridiculous. This is the Cameron Diaz, the one. I really enjoy it. It's dumb. The physics make no sense, but I just have a lot of fun with it. I really enjoyed the reboot. Like, I don't care what anyone says. I really enjoyed it. I thought the dynamic between the three was awesome, and just I really enjoyed it. I give it a 4. The Suicide Squad is fantastic. Hilarious. Quite dark, but just really, really good. I give that a 5. And then A Simple Favor is one I've not seen in cinemas. I used to go into the cinema and see like 5 films a day sometimes back in like 2017, 2018, 2019. And this was one of the films. Usually I'd go in and see 2, maybe 3 films I'd actually want to see, and I'd see the other 2 kind of, just as like something to do, because I have an unlimited card for any of you that are not in the UK. An unlimited card is where you pay monthly, or you pay like just a whole year, and you can see as many films as you want, as many times as you want. And it was one of the more surprising, filler films. And then I rewatched it again, and I loved it. It's a 4.5. It was fantastic. Then on the 19th, I watched I Am Legend. It's good. I don't like the dog stuff because I don't like animal cruelty stuff, or just seeing animals get hurt. But I still did really enjoy it. It is very good. I was a 3.5. Then on the 20th, I watched the original Superman film. I find it boring as shit. I appreciate that it is old, and that, to be honest, what they were able to achieve back then was incredible. But to me, I just found it very boring. I gave that a 2.5. And then in the evening on the 20th, I watched San Andreas. Gave that a 3. It was just cool seeing, big buildings just get destroyed by a natural disaster. I have a soft spot for these disaster movies, but yeah, it was nothing special, but it was very fun popcorn movie. Then on the 22nd, I saw The Birds. I thought I do not know what's going on. It's windy. That's why that keeps flashing. But brain cells dying. What's going on? Yeah, The Birds is one that when I watched it before, I actually fell asleep. But then, watching it again, I just find it really boring again. I don't know. I do enjoy a couple of Hitchcock films, but The Birds to me was just very boring. The 4K looked great, but not for me. Then on the 24th, I saw Spider-Verse again, but this was in IMAX. We took a 2.5-hour drive just to see Spider-Verse in IMAX, and it was fantastic. And then on the 25th, I watched A Star Is Born, 2018, X-Men Days Future Past, Tomb Raider. A Star Is Born is one of my favorite films, and this rewatch just reaffirmed that to me. The chemistry between Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga is just fantastic. The music is great. The ending is just absolutely tragic. I adore this film. It is a 5, 100%. One of my favorites of all time. Days of Future Past, one of the best comic book movies ever made. It's a 5. It's fantastic. I'm not going to say much more. And Tomb Raider, which is the 2018 one with Alicia Vikander. I enjoyed it. I thought it was decent. I do think it takes a bit too long to get into it. But when it does, I enjoy it quite a bit. I give that 3.5. And the last film that I watched this month, which I did not expect to watch it, but it was very last minute. It was like the last showing of the month. Was Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. It wasn't great. It felt way too long. I think it's longer by like half an hour than any other of the Indiana Jones films. It's too long. The de-aging stuff just looks terrible. Well, it looks fine when it doesn't move, but when it does move, it just looks awful. The opening sequence was quite good. The chase sequences went on for too long. I was bored for a lot of the runtime. And, yeah, not great. I give that 2.5. I didn't enjoy it that much. But yeah, that's all I watched in June. Let me know what your favorite thing is that you watched and what your least favorite thing was. For me, my favorite thing I saw this month was definitely Spider-Verse, obviously, and my least favorite was probably The Flash. But yeah, I'm going to leave this one here. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, if you do enjoy this, remember to like, drop a comment, subscribe for more. You can support me on Patreon, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, links in the description. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.